Hey guys, it's Jeff. So I got another video for you today. This one's going to be on the CZ Scorpion EVO 3 S1 coming up after this. Hey guys, I'm back. So today I've got a new gun on the table. This one's the Scorpion CZ EVO 3 S1. This is a import from Czechoslovakia. This is a submachine gun that the Czech military is using, and they started importing these a couple years ago. I just got my hands on one, so I thought it'd be a fun little video to do for you guys. Hope you like it. So this one currently comes in 4 different colors. Black, FDE, gray, and an OD green. I picked the FDE because I like the tan color. I think it works well for the environment that I live in. Like I said, this was designed as a submachine gun for the Czech military. Now there's the version here is the S1, but as you can see here, it's the S1, but the submachine gun version for the Czech military is considered the A1. So obviously we're probably not going to see a lot of those in the US, but just to give you the difference in the nomenclature. So this gun comes with ambidextrous, just about everything. I think the only thing that I wasn't able to find that was ambidextrous was the bolt release here on the side. It's only on the left side. Everything else, slings, this can be moved to the other side. The bolt handle can be moved to the other side. There's pick rails on both sides, safety on both sides. The mag release is centered in the center line for ambidextrous release as well. So just about everything on here is ambi except for that bolt release. It has a forward charging handle with the MP5 style of bolt hold open, so you can slap this down and the bolt will run forward. I have it open right now. I don't want to slam it shut. I don't want to blow your guys' eardrums out. The Picatinny rails. So it has Picatinny rails, you'll notice, on all 4 sides. Top is a full-length pick rail all the way back to the back. Has it on the right side, left side, and on the bottom. Now, that's one of the things that I like and dislike about this gun, but I'll come back to that in a little while. So you'll also notice that there's 2 sling attach points on this gun. There's 2 on either side, so they're in the same places on both sides. This one is metal. This one is polymer. It's in the build of the gun, or the mold of the gun. And it also has on the back here, it has a QD point for a sling mount if you wanted to use a sling instead of using the brace, or getting it if you wanted to get it set up as a pistol caliber carbine. So at any rate, if you do, I guess we can go ahead and just walk into that real quick. So on the back here, if you look down into this hole, I don't know if you guys can see this on camera or not, but inside this hole here, there's a button. You can get a little, pen or something. You push that detent in, or that button in, and this whole back carriage slides off. This metal piece slides off. And it's just a sling attachment point. It's got the QD point right here, or you can take this whole thing off and put on your brace or your actual stock if that's the way you choose to go with this. Now, it does have open sights. They are set up for windage and elevation, so you can see the adjustments here for windage, and then you have your elevation here, just like on an AR-15. That'll rotate to increase the height of the shot. Also on the back here, I thought it was kind of cool. It has not 2 apertures, but it has 4. Hopefully you can see that pretty well. There's your little peep sight, and then it kind of opens up more and more as you rotate through to a pretty generous ghost ring there. So anyway, that's a kind of cool little feature on this gun. I've not seen that on any other guns, not to say that it doesn't exist, I've just never seen it. So continuing on, the things that I like and the things that I don't like, I just wanted to cover those real quick. So the things that I like about this gun, it's got a crazy easy takedown. So taking this thing down, you pull the charging handle to the rear, make sure I don't know if it matters if it's on fire or safe. We'll just leave it on. We'll leave it on safe. And then you just push this little pin right here. So this pin here, push it up, grab a hold of it. Yeah, and the whole thing just pops right out. So there's your whole trigger mechanism, the trigger assembly, and then inside here you have your bolt to continue to take it down the rest of the way. I don't want to do it right now, but you get the idea. So really crazy easy, not something that you need to futz over. One pin does the majority of the takedown work, and you're back in business. So easy gun to take down. I find that as a pro for this gun. It's very light, so the whole gun itself only weighs a couple of pounds. In fact, I can measure that for you real quick. So the whole gun is very light. It doesn't weigh much at all. So let me go ahead and set this up for you real quick, and you can see together how much does it weigh. So 4 pounds, 12 ounces for this gun unloaded. Not a lot at all. This is a very light gun, a very capable gun with all the attachment points on it. And all the Picatinny rails, you put optics on here, you can put lights, you can put, if you set this up as a pistol caliber carbine, you can set this up with a, some kind of forward grip, but otherwise if you're just going to leave it as a pistol, you need to either have a angle brace or some kind of, just a hand stop. You can't have a forward grip on a pistol like this. So just to be aware of that. It's cool looking, it's a good looking, piece of gear. This is an attractive pistol that has a certain amount of interest for some shooters. So, if that's you, then you find this attractive like I do, this will be the kind of gun that you'll be looking for. Now, capacity on this gun, most pistols are 15, 20 rounds. You can get the, you can get Glocks with a 30 round magazine. This one comes with two 20-round magazines from the factory, at least in the US at the time I got this one. You get two CZ mags from the factory, two 20-round CZs. These don't have the metal inserts in the feed lips, but there are a lot of other manufacturers out there manufacturing magazines. And here's one example here. This is the Magpul. The Magpul magazines are a good magazine, 35 rounds. They come in typical Magpul PMag packaging, EV9. And these also come with the metallic inserts in the feed lips. So if that's a concern of yours, if you like to leave your magazines loaded long periods of time and you don't want to have to worry about the fatigue from the spring, pushing the rounds against the feed lips, that's a feature that some people will enjoy. PMag has always put out a good product. I can't say that they're not now. 35 round magazines, and these work in other guns as well. I believe the VP9 from PSA also uses these magazines. So good little magazine, 35 rounds. That's a great option. But there's a lot of different manufacturers making magazines and making gear for these things altogether. You can get new triggers, you can get charging handles, you can get complete fore-end replacements. You can get grips. Magpul makes a grip for this thing. You can get extended mag releases, triggers, sights, slings, braces, muzzle devices. I mean, just about everything on here has somebody making a product to replace it. So for that reason, this is a great option for the pistol caliber carbine, small compact pistol type weapon. This is a great option. I like this one a lot. And lastly, it's compact. So, I mean, this is a very small gun, very small form factor. You put a folding brace on here or the extended brace on here, you've got a lot of gun in a very small package. 9mm is a capable round for close range. And if you just, want to carry a gun like this, a truck gun or under the seat gun or whatever, a lot of capabilities in a small package like this. So those are the things that I do like about this gun. Now I wanted to kind of quickly cover the things that I don't like about this gun. So some of the things that I don't like about this gun is the factory forend. Now I mentioned that there's a lot of Picatinny rail here. That's a good thing, right? However, when you're holding this guy in some kind of grip, right? You probably got it here forward of the magazine well. and you've got your hand pressing against there, these things are kind of going to dig into your hand. Now, is that the end of the world? No. But, you know, if you're doing just a few rounds, no big deal. But if you're doing several hundred rounds, after a while, that starts to get annoying. Now, like I said, it's not the end of the world. You can wear a glove, you can replace this, or you can get something with a little bit more. Instead of having Picatinny rails, you could get something with an M-LOK rail or M-LOK mounting points for your M-LOK accessories. Now, there's a couple of companies out there making replacement parts. I'm not going to recommend anything because nobody's sponsoring this video, so I have no skin in the game at all when it comes to you know, recommending the gear. But if you're looking for some, there's several manufacturers making them. Gearhead Works, I believe, is one, and HB Industries is another one. Those are two you can go look up. And then the next thing that I have a problem with is the right side safety has to be replaced. So this comes with an ambidextrous safety, so you can see it here. This is the safety you get with it, and it'll show up. You'll have this on both sides, right? So it's got a nice little protrusion sticking out on it, and it's fine if you're a right-handed shooter. So you know you're gonna be able to manipulate it, no problem at all, right? No problem. However, if you're holding on to the gun on the right-hand side, that little nub sticks down and it sticks up right where your knuckle is going to line up on the trigger. So if you've got a good high grip on this, like most people, you know, they like a good high grip. I know I do. If you've got a good high grip and you come down here for the trigger, that little hump in the safety is going to hit you right in the knuckle, and it's going to be just obnoxious, as annoying as it is. One of the things you can do to mitigate that is you can get the HB Industries safety replacement. Very simple, very easy, very AK reminiscent. Works really good at reminding you that the safety is engaged. So if you go to put your finger on the trigger and you realize, hey, there's an obstruction here, you can quickly flip it up and go back to the trigger. So I like that. I like how that's set up. They make one that's even shorter, and they make a delete altogether. So there's no, you know, it'll just completely delete the safety off the right-hand side of the gun. And they also make it for the left. If you're a lefty, you can delete the left-hand safety, so you can manipulate everything from the right side. So, you know, your mileage will vary depending on the kind of shooting you do, but that's one of those things that I think on this gun has to be replaced almost immediately. And as you can see, I have. Lastly, the trigger. It's an okay trigger. It's a good, you know, it's probably great if it's running as a submachine gun. You know, you pull the trigger down and off it goes. But in the current configuration as a semi-auto, the trigger's kind of heavy. And, you know, this isn't a target gun. This is more of a fun range gun. You know, you just have a good time with this gun. You're not gonna be shooting this thing out to any distance at all. So you don't need a match trigger. But there are options for lightening the trigger up if that's something you want to do. Definitely look into that. You know, it does have a bit of a heavy trigger. So anyway, that's pretty much all I've got, guys. If you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen this gun a few times. You know, I've shown it on my Instagram channel. You can also follow me on Facebook if you're not, you know, into Instagram. All of my dealings on Instagram do get uploaded to my Facebook page. And you can find me on both of those platforms at Jeff_Tack. Also, I do upload all of my content to my Bitchute channel. There's no AdSense or anything like that there. It is a little bit harder to navigate, but it's a great platform if you're trying to diversify and make sure that your content is always going to be available on the internet for people who are interested. So bitchute.com, you can look for me there as well, Jeff_Tack. And that's all I've got. If you have any questions, you know, throw them in the comments section. I love to engage with people. I love learning from you guys. Hopefully you've learned something from me. And, you know, if you have questions, throw them down there. Let's start a conversation. Otherwise, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And give it a like if you thought it was good enough for a like. And I'll see you next time, guys. Take care and have fun. Bye.